Yogi Swami Vishudhananad Paramahamsa. Yogis were people whose abilities have always aroused interest and mystery, which in the West and other parts of the world had been difficult to understand. Swami Vishudhanand Paramahamsa stood out among others because of his extraordinary talent. His achievements encompassed both yoga and science. During the many years he spent in the secrecy of yoga ashram of Gyanganj, Swamiji acquired knowledge in numerous fields, including the science of the sun, so-called Surya Vigyan. Swamiji demonstrated several abilities, paranormal abilities, so-called siddhis, associated with Surya Vigyan. Paul Brunton, a British journalist who met Ghanda Baba, described Swamiji as a master of yoga whose abilities, which at first glance appear illogical, are in fact genuine yogic siddhis. Brunton admitted that at first it was difficult for him to accept the reality of this apparently unexplained phenomena, especially given his training in logic and the exact sciences. Dr. Gopinath Kaviraj was fascinated by the master, Swami Vishudhanand, abilities and became his devoted lifelong disciple, receiving initiation into mantras. Sri Baba, so-called Swami Vishudhanand, demonstrated miracles not in order to gain admiration, but to direct devotees towards inner self-realization by showing them certain extraordinary phenomena. Swamiji told Gopinath Kaviraj not to be deceived by these miracles because they are unreal, they don't exist. Gopinath Kaviraj was a disciple of Swami Vishudhanand and as well a teacher of Pandit Arun Kumar Sharma, one of the greatest mystics and sadhaks. Sadhak is the practitioner of the path of sadhana related to the tantric tradition. One of the greatest mystics of our era was Mahamahopadhyaya Pandit Gopinath Kaviraj, who devoted himself to the practice of Tantra, Gama and Yoga, attaining enlightenment through continuous sadhana. He was a clairvoyant seer, yogi, and a tantric who was free from sectarian prejudices and respected spiritual schools. In his vision, all paths led to ultimate reality and all conflicts were resolved in fundamental unity. Kaviraj was also interested in the literature and historical research. Yogiraj Vishwanath Anand Paramahamsadeva was the first great yogi to introduce and spread the science of Surya Vigyan or the science of the sun throughout the world. Until then, the science had been known only in ancient and mysterious yogashram in Gyanganj in Himalayas of Tibet and was accessible only to the selected individuals. Baba spent there 12 years learning yoga and natural sciences under the guidance of experts during intensive practices. In the terminology of the science of Surya Vigyan, what we call color is actually only a shade of radiation of the color. Knowledge of Surya Vigyan was deeply rooted in ancient India, both among Vedic and Tantric practitioners. To explain about Vedic and Tantric philosophy and way, we will dive into it deeper in the actual texts and knowledge further to understand the philosophy of India. and Yoga and Tantra. In summary, Surya Vigyan, the science of solar energy, enables to attainment of extrasensory abilities, and its principles and practices are described in ancient texts. It is through practical demonstrations of miracles and teachings transmitted by masters such as Yogi Vishudhananad Paramahamsadeva that many theoretical concepts became reality, opening the way toward deeper understanding and spiritual development. At the conclusion, I will present on this channel a subject that is an answer to the search of an idea capable of uniting people of different races, nationalities, cultures, and as well different backgrounds and material statuses. The concept, which was brought by Swami Vishudhananad, is called Akhanda Maha Yoga, originating from Eastern tradition of Siddha yogis, the perfected ones. Gopinath Kaviraj practices the highest integral yoga, so-called Akhanda Mahayoga. His ideal had a goal that had never been achieved before, the simultaneous collective liberation of the entire world. The theory and the practices associated with this sadhana were unique. Throughout India, Gopinath Kaviraj was regarded as the foremost authority of Hindu tantric traditions. His reputation as a religious scholar and editor of the text was well established, yet few outside his narrow circle of disciples were aware of his extraordinary spiritual achievements as a tantric yogi. This is an idea which is consistent with the philosophy of a new golden age. At some point, I think this is a topic to be taken to the consideration. I wrote my master thesis about this subject, transformation of consciousness in New Age, and we can, in the future, have a deeper look at the concept of Akhanda Mahayoga and as well theory of so-called transformation in the New Age. In the face of the constant changes of the modern world, the time has come for the next step in evolution of humanity. Not so much as a quantitative one, as a qualitative one, with inner guidance from the higher self.